Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitzhem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Ronnie Greenberg, and I will be the lay leader for Shabbat services this evening. Rabbi Meir is feeling under the weather with a mild case of COVID, and it may be a little while till he's back with us. But he is on with us tonight. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Wish you were up here and not me. Get well soon. And I think Rabbi Safran is with us tonight also. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Safran. So we will continue our Shabbat service on page 128, singing Hine Ma Tov, how good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together.
We were hired late.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
We turn back one page now to page 127 and read together at the top of the page. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We continue on page 138 with Lecha Dodi. When we get to the last verse, we'll rise and turn to face the door to welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. 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 שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושמו תפארת עליתי לה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מהראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר נברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise and face the door.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וזאת עולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת התחלה, פני שבת נתקבלה.
We continue now on page 120 with lighting the Shabbat candles. I will light the candles and Norm will sing the blessing for us.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirishanu b'mitzvotov, Vetzivanu lehadlik ner, Vatzivanu lehadlik ner, Vetzivanu lehadlik ner, Shel Shabbat. Amen.
Thank you. Nice. We will continue on page 144 with the Hatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal, Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yalmad divrach hirutev yamlik malchutev. V'chayechon uvyamechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, uvizman kariv. Ve'imeru.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivora, Le'olam Alal Me'omaya, Yitbarach v'yishabach, v'yab'ar v'yitkamam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei l'kurisha
Brichu.
Leila min kol b'chata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damivan be'alma, ve'imeru.
Amen. We continue with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, on the next page.
Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai.
Wrong one.
Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamivorach.
Le'olam,
Le'olam, le'olam, le'olam, le'olam, le'olam va'ed.
Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai. Yalla lai 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 lai. Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai lai lai. Yalla lai 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 lai.
You may be seated. We continue on page 149 at the top of the page, reading together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We continue on page 150, reading together in the English. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please rise for the Shema on the next page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. Ve'ahavta
Et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech u'shachbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'hisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
Adonai Elohehem, Emet. We continue on page 157. Let us read together at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lo osef elem osef elem מלכותך ראו בניך. בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, מלכותך ראו בניך. בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה לי, אנו ויעמהו, אדוני ימלוך, לעולם לעולם ועד. יאללה לי 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 לי, יאללה לי לי לי, yada la 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 la, yada la 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 la, yada la la la, yada la 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 la.
We continue on page 160. Let us read the English together of the Hashkivenu prayer, and then we will sing it. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
May we lie down each night in peace and be raised up to life renewed. May the shelter of your peace encircle the world again. May we be kept from hatred and war. May we be kept from hunger and pain. May the shelter of your peace encircle the world again. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. May the shelter of your peace be spread over us, 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 and all the world. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. May the shelter of your peace be spread over us, 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 and all the world. May we lie down each night in peace and be raised up to life renewed. May the shelter of your peace encircle
That's my favorite prayer. Okay, we will continue on page 162. Let's read together in the middle. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day Adonai ceased from work and was refreshed. Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Please rise, page 164 for the tefillah, through page 170, and then continue silently.
Adonai sifata tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, B'ma'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Hozer u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshiach,
Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem.
Mechakel chayim b'chesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umchayei emunato lishanei afar, Michamocha bal givurot, Umidom elach, Melech mimit umachayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanata l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim yom yahalelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Continue. Ose shalom imramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimramav, hu ya'aseh shalom Yeah. We turn our thoughts now to those in our congregation in need of healing. And yeah, we'll start with the Bera prayer song. And between the verses, we'll stop and I'll read the list of names and you can add names and then we'll sing the second part. Okay?
Bera Avotenu Mikor Abraha Mimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We think of Ruth Bloom, Andrew Bussell, Pircha Bat Bracha, Adolf Breitman, Adrienne Breitman, Roberta Butts, Todd Crago, Tobias Enright, Tony Ficcaro, Shirley Gerber, Barbara Gilbert, Tatiana Curtahay, Tony Curtahay, Michael Linderman, Renee Marver, Kaylin Nagel, Tom O'Neill, Kay Palario, Janet Rosenberg, Aliza Turco, Cheryl Shorey, Debbie Sheree, Gary Smythe, and Rabbi Meir Bargeron. Are there other names you wish to add?
Vaccine.
Okay, we think of all of these as we sing the rest of the song.
Bera Imotenu Mikor Habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So it's time now for a Devar Torah. And when Rabbi Meir communicated with me and I realized we'd be doing services tonight, I thought, I'll go online and I'll Google Jewish New Year's greetings, speeches, something like that. So something Jewish and New Year's that would go together. And then Rabbi sent me another email and he sent me something that this was written by Rabbi Barry Block, who is someone known and admired by Rabbi Meir. And this is called A Prayer for the End of the Year. And I thought it was pretty perfect. And since Rabbi Meir found it and sent it to me, obviously it was good to use, right? So here is Rabbi Barry Block's Prayer for the End of the Year. On this last Shabbat of 2021, we come before you, O God, mindful of all we have lost in this difficult year, a year of grief, a year of strife, a year of loneliness. We are eager to bid this year farewell, to turn the page to a year of healing and restoration for each of us individually, for our congregation and community. Before 2021 ends, though, Let us acknowledge with gratitude a year of scientific advance, a year of finding new ways to worship, to reach out to one another across physical distance, a year of healing. The true measure of this year will be found in the days, months, and years to come. Let us learn from the challenges of 2021 to care not only for our own health, but also for the health of others, to reduce the iniquities that have exacerbated this pandemic among the poor, in communities of color, and in developing countries worldwide. Closer to home, perhaps we have come to a new appreciation of those who share our homes and others who reach out to those who live alone. And let us celebrate that we have found new ways to meet you, O God, in sacred community, even in small boxes on a computer screen. Let 2021 and its horrific ills be behind us. Let the coming year bring us hope of restoration, of ever-increasing healing, of joining hands and hearts with the blessings of all that we have learned in this second most difficult of years. Amen. We continue with the announcements. So welcome to those of you who are here on this New Year's Eve, and to those of you who are joining us across the airwaves, so to speak. Remember that Hebrew National Kosher salamis are here. They're $12 each, and you can get them on the temple's website, or if you're here tonight, live and in person, just see Samara. Religious school is off for the remainder of the year. We hope those students enjoy winter break. Please note that there will not be Saturday morning services tomorrow morning. Today is the last day of our campaign to raise funds for the resettlement of Afghan refugees. Thank you to everyone who has donated. I want to thank our temple staff, Samara Sharif, for running our Zoom and YouTube tonight and being our AV person, and to Joe, our police officer who is here tonight on New Year's Eve, and to all of you who are with us, and say, get well quickly to Rabbi Meir. We want to see you back here soon. Okay, we will continue now on page 586. Please rise for the Aleinu. Wait, I haven't found it yet. Okay. Just give a big.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latei gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu ki goyeh ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama. Shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Rabbi Meir is sending messages thanking for all the well wishes and leading such a lovely service.
Okay. Thank you. We'll continue on page 598. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We remember now those in the period of Shloshim, that within the past 30 days of their passing, Vicky Sowers, Jeremy Elder, and those in the period of Shana who have passed within the past year, Leah Bat Menashe Vabaila, Kathy Jarvis, James Lieb, Norman Snow, Paul Schwartz Jr., Joan Kramer, Carol Friedman, and Marvin Crystal. And those that this week is the anniversary of their death, their yahrzeit: Gertrude Stein Edelman, Gertrude E. Bloom, Irving J. Brandsilver, Roberta Bucher, Josephine Ferbstein, Samuel Finkelstein, Maureen Gilbert, Julius Kaufman, Abe Latker, Jeanette Lewis, Herman Messi, Harry Papier, Anna Platt, Ethel Rath, Jack Rosenberg, Jane Y. Rutan, Jaime Sains, Ethel Schechter, Morris Schwartz, Helen Isay Smith, and David Weinberg. As we think of them, we rise as a community on page 598 for the Kadisha tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'amad Divrach Hirutei v'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye Techol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman Kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavara Le'olam Le'omei Alamaya. Yit Barak v'yish Tabak v'yit Po'ar v'yit Ramam v'yit Naseh. V'yit Hadar v'yit Aleh v'yit Halal. Shemei D'Kudisha Brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush berchata v'nehemata. Da miram bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'hayima lenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You may be seated. Okay. Our closing song tonight will be Adon Olam on page 625. Okay, Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Asher Bala B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra V'et Nasa V'chefza Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Kichlot HaKol V'ivado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yiyeh V'tifara V'hu Echad V'en Sheni V'ham Shilo L'chakbira V'li Reshit V'li Tachlit V'lo Ha'oz V'hamizrach V'hu Emi V'chai Goyli V'tzor Heli V'et Sarah
Behulisi humanos li ben lagosi beyom ekra. Beyado avkivruhi ve'eti sham ve'aira ve'imruhi gviati Adonai velo ira. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Happy New Year.
shalom. Happy New Year. Before we go on our way, I have champagne,
Woo.
and we will do a short kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom, one and all.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.